Hi everybody, Ricky here. Today I'm going to show you how to make beef and ginger and broccoli. It's an Asian dish I learned how to make from one of my childhood friends that's from Cambodia. We start with the garlic clove. I got a whole bulb and I peeled them and already chopped most of them up. You want to dice it into fine pieces there. Next, we're going to mince it up into tiny little pieces. So, we'll just sit here dicing it. You want to make sure the garlic is diced up real fine and nice. You can buy pre-minced garlic, but if you use fresh garlic, it tastes so much better. You'll know where that time and that effort went. Next, we're going to cut up some ginger root, which you can get at the grocery store. You want to cut this into fine little slithers. You don't want it too thick, because then it won't taste good when you fry it up. After it's cut that way, then we cut it in tiny little slithers. And then that way, when we put it in the pan to fry it up, it'll make it come out more delicious and not too thick. And this is all for the flavor and stuff. It flavors up the beef really well. Real simple to do, just a little bit time consuming. Now that the garlic and the ginger are cut up into minced and slithers of ginger, we're going to start cooking the rice. I usually use jasmine brown rice because jasmine rice tastes real good. It comes in white and brown, but the brown rice has the vitamins not taken out of it, so I usually choose the brown rice. And we're going to take a cup of it. Already heated up the water, so just dump that in there. Shake the rice around. Drop it to medium heat for about 15 or 20 minutes. Wait for that to cook. And next we're going to cook our broccoli. I'm just going to use some pre-cut up broccoli that I bought at the grocery store. You can use fresh broccoli, which tastes fine. Main thing is with the garlic and the ginger root, you want to use fresh if possible because it makes a big difference in the taste. And we'll let that cook. Next, we're going to get ready to cut our beef up. I usually just buy this at Walmart. It's some thinly sliced stir fry. I like it because it's sliced real thinly like bacon, but any kind of just chuck round or any kind of stir fry type meat you can use just to cut up into pieces. But like I said, this one's cut thin like bacon, and so that's why I like using this. As you can see here, the strips are cut up paper thin like bacon, so it makes it really easy and really fast to chop this up into stir fry. You can cut the slithers as long as you want. I like tiny pieces because it makes it easier to chew up and digest, so I usually just cut it into little pieces like this and fries up really well. Already let this meat thaw out in the refrigerator overnight, but if you let it stay out and it's a little colder, you can actually make it easier to cut it when it's a little more closer to frozen. And I'll do this with the whole slab of meat. Now our rice is done, our broccoli's done, and we have the ingredients to get ready to start frying the garlic, beef, ginger. And also, when this beef is cut up real tiny pieces, it's just harder to choke on it, and it's more friendly for tiny people like kids. So that's why I like cutting it up into tiny pieces instead of the long slithers of meat. But you can do it either way. There's no wrong way to do it. On this step, we're going to need a wok, which is just a really big, tall frying pan. Then we're going to put some oil in it. You can use any kind of oil, will work. I'll use this stuff, some extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil, since it's a healthy oil, and any brand will work. I just picked this brand up by random. Start by dumping a little bit in the pan. Just enough to coat a little bit in there. And we'll kind of go around in the pan and work all that oil in there. You'll also want to go up and down the sides of the pan. Now we're going to start cooking the ginger roots. I just want to lay it out flat. Get the heat up to speed so we can fry it up. This is what's going to give it the flavor, this and the garlic. It's going to flavor the beef up. Once it infuses with the beef, it's going to give us a great taste. You kind of just want to sit there and stir it around a little bit. What we're going for is for it to get golden brown. When we get to the garlic, frying that, we're also going to do the same. Another thing I usually do is put a little bit of water in there. That helps keep things from sticking. That's kind of always been a thing to cooking like Asian food, is putting a little bit of water and stuff. Periodically I add a little bit of water to it. You can add more oil, but that just sits there and adds more calories, when adding water kind of just does the same thing since it's already oiled up and everything. After it's nice and cooked, because ginger root don't taste too good raw, so you definitely want it cooked. It's like cooked garlic tastes a lot better cooked as well. Now we're going to add in our garlic. A little bit more water so it doesn't stick. And we want to cook this for a little bit until the garlic is nice and cooked, and that way when we get ready to put the beef in, we can infuse the flavor into it. Our next step is going to be to add the meat now. Just go in there and add it in there. We want to get it good in there and stir it up around. Make sure it's evened out. Gonna add a little bit of salt. And a little bit of MSG. That's how my friend and his dad made it, so you don't have to add the MSG if you don't want to, but that's how they did it, and it tastes pretty good, so just throw a little bit in there. But now we're just gonna let it cook till it's ready. We just let the juice and the liquid stay in there. It'll cook down on its own as we stir fry it. Even when it's a finished product, we'll keep a little water in there to keep the beef hydrated and stuff. That way it'll be flavorful and tender when eating it with the broccoli and the rice. Now we're going to sear it up a little bit as the juices are getting cooked down. Then after that we're going to add more water, so then we can tender it back up after we sear it a little bit. Now we can lower the heat down on it. We seared it and put some more water in it to hydrate it back up. It'll be nice and tender. And now it's pretty much ready to get on a plate and eat. Here's what it looks like finished. The broccoli to the side with some rice feathered out, and the beef, garlic, and ginger put on top. And it's ready to serve. And that's how you make it. I hope you enjoyed seeing how to make beef and ginger and broccoli. Feel free to comment on this video, and thanks for watching.